This video type's a little bit different for me, but what I want to do is just kind of talk with you and just talk through the last 12 months, what the state of the industry's been like with AI, with building projects online, with making money online, and just kind of recap what's happened and then maybe give some thoughts towards the following year as well. And hopefully out of all this, you can get some ideas. Maybe you can share some ideas with me and we can both build some great stuff. All right, for starters, this is like the most excited I can remember being in my professional career so far. So I've been an business owner, entrepreneur, hustler, doing all kinds of stuff for like more than 15 years. And I think I'm the most excited now than I ever have been. And I think it's because all the pieces and all the things that I've been learning, they're kind of like starting to come together. And now I'm even able to creep into the edge of development and like where I don't know a coding language, but I'm still able to like develop stuff. And so that's a whole new thing that I'm learning. And it's crazy exciting. One thing for sure I can say about AI is that I have no clue where it's actually going. A lot of people, I don't know, they have ideas and I can give my own ideas, but like that doesn't really matter because it's going wherever it's going. There's one thing that I do know. I know that AI is not getting any dumber than it is right now. And right now, you can do some pretty amazing stuff with AI tools, automations. And so I'm building as fast as I can. I'm learning as fast as I can. And how am I learning? Well, I'm using AI. People say, here's a note. People have opinions on whether AI is making us like dumber or not. I'm firmly in the camp of like I think it definitely depends on how you use it, right? If you're just trying to get it to just do all your homework for you, probably not making you any smarter. But if you're getting it to teach you about a whole new subject that you did not know before, and that subject is now approachable because AI can teach you in a creative way that you can actually digest, take in, and learn, I just feel like that's helpful. And I think that's a good thing. So I definitely did not have it on my bingo card that in 2025, one of my newest hobbies would be developing softwares and tools online. I did not see that one coming, but I am pumped about it. And I talk about this a lot in my weekly newsletter. It's at buildinecomestreams.com. I always have a link to it in videos and stuff like that. Like if you want to follow along and see what I'm working on and what I'm testing, what I'm trying, like that's where I do that. But man, yeah, I mean, we're talking multiple software tools. So let's see. Trackitandsave.com is a real tool that I built for me, but it's live. Cleverlayouts.com is a kind of a random idea that I had and I built in one full day, and I just talked about it online, like me building it. I'm in the middle of building helpfulanalytics.com to make a Google Analytics dashboard like just easier to use and a lot prettier and like faster and be able to like export reports. There's more for sure. I'll come back to, petmurals.com was kind of a joke. Started as a joke on a Saturday morning with my wife, but then turned into an actual software product. And like the goal with some of these is to be commercial, but like not even necessarily. Like for me, I'm trying to learn as quickly as possible. The best way to learn is to dive in, jump in with both feet and start building and start testing and start trying things. And that's what I'm doing. And by doing that, I'm learning really quickly, which is very, very exciting. As a note, to build some internal software, like for you or for your team or your company or whatever, is pretty, it's decently easy. Like, you know, you connect some dots and you can get something like taped together that kind of works, which is amazing. Like you should totally do it. And if you're not doing it yet, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? You should do it. To turn a tool like that into a product that you can have other users and store their information and collect payment, much more difficult. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, but those are the things that I'm learning and diving in and getting better at doing those things. Software could completely disappear. Like there may not be a need for, and when I say completely disappear, I don't mean like all software. Like I think we'll definitely need stuff, but like if there are people, for many products, people will have a choice whether they want to pay for a software or whether they want to like build it themselves. So I guess software wouldn't really disappear, just possibly a lot of companies that are kind of gatekeeping something. Unless they offer more things, people may choose to build their own versions of those software. So I don't even know what's going to happen. That doesn't really matter. I think that's like a handful of years down the road. So yeah, I can't even say I'm all that concerned with that, but that's a real possibility. And it's just something that's on my mind. What I can tell you is that I'm adding AI into my workflow every chance that I get. If I can insert AI to make something easier, faster, more seamless, I'm doing it. I'm creating tons of automations. I have an account with make.com. I've started using relay.app. I have not touched N8N, although I know it's like some industry standard, but I feel like I'm just not techie enough to use it or whatever. Lindy.ai is another tool, and I have automations running on all of them. I'm working with all of them. I'm testing all of them, trying to build out things. The funny thing is that when I first started using those tools, I struggled. I struggled to find what I needed to build. I was like, I don't know what I need to automate. But once you get your wheels turning and you get a few, just something simple, like, hey, when I fill out this spreadsheet, do this, I don't know. But once I got something going, it's like my mind was opened up and I thought of a lot. Yeah, I just kept thinking of more ideas. And so I kind of have almost like an idea list going of things that, potentially need to build out. Now, I do think we can get into an issue or a problem or whatever where like maybe we're automating things that we don't need to do. Maybe it's not actually saving time. Maybe it's not like, making you more money or whatever. But I also think these automations allow you to do things that maybe you would not have done in the past, but maybe you want to do. Maybe I'm just thinking like a social media post. Like we use a lot of social media automation. Maybe there's a certain type of social media post that you would like to make, but you haven't made the post and scheduled them. Well, okay, well, if you can make the post and put them in a folder and then that automation chooses one of those at a random time and then post it for you and then it just runs, I think that's a good thing to do, I just think it's a smart thing to do because then you can think and focus on some other things, right? So this year, probably 30% of my time, give or take, went to help other companies, like as an agency or consultant. Like I help manage websites and do some marketing for some companies. And like AI strategy is something that I want to continue doing for others. So I think that this year is about 30%. I think it'll be the same, give or take, in 2026. Like I will still keep a portion of my time where I can help other people's projects, help further them in what they're trying to do or get them going with AI or some automations. And the rest of the time will go to everything that I'm working on. This year, domain name investing has been very interesting. It's not what I expected in terms of direct sales, but it's been really interesting. I probably need to make a whole nother video on that, so I won't go into complete detail there. Follow along, whatever. Subscribe, do all that stuff, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So the Amazon Influencer Program is one of my income streams. Amazon Associates, the influencer program where you get approved, you make videos, they're shoppable videos. It can literally, on Amazon.com, someone's at a product, watch your video. If they make a purchase soon after that or whatever, you get credit, you get a commission. Pretty cool. It's a neat program. I have not made a video in months. I don't know when exactly the last time I made a video was. 4 or 5 months, but I'm still, I don't know, maybe making a couple $100 per month or something like that. My hourly rate for that is like well over $100 an hour. I kept track, and then obviously as I keep making money, the hourly rate just kind of keeps going higher over time. So technically, if I make more videos, it would reduce my hourly rate, right? Because in the short term, it would, my hourly rate would go down, but my revenue hopefully would grow, and then over time, hourly rate goes up or whatever. But yeah, it's been a cool experiment. And so if it's something that you're interested to look at, you should check it out. It's interesting for sure. Kind of wild thing. A recent thing is I helped a YouTuber that's a gamer who has a very, very fast growing channel. So we launched a merch store for him. The launch of the merch store did not go as we expected. Like, we made a lot fewer sales than we expected, like when we launched. But so I'm interested to dive deeper into this in 2026, because we're talking about, so it's an interesting channel because it's a gaming channel. The audience is young, so we're talking like 7 to 13-year-old kind of children that are playing Roblox. But this is a channel with 2 million plus subscribers, so it's a lot of subscribers. And so I really think it's going to be interesting to see if we can build out community and build hype around the brand, and like put the merch brand into the game. And so I'm hoping that James, that No Brain James, is going to like do those things, because like we have a lot of ideas. They're going to take some work, but I think if we can do these things, that I think we can really increase sales and do a lot of cool stuff. And I think it'll be a cool flywheel, because people that get merch, we can shout them out. That can build more traction. They can get something special. But anyways, it's going to be cool. So I look forward to diving in there more in 2026 as well. So I've got a lot going on. I've got more than that. I've got some Facebook pages that are monetized. One that has like that I took over. It's a large page, hundreds of thousands of followers. It makes very little money currently, but I'm trying to crack the nut and figure that out, how to get it to make, I don't know, $1,000+ a month, I guess would be cool. Is kind of a goal there. Yeah, just a number of things. I have a lot going on. I could buckle down and just hone in and focus, but I have a few thoughts on that. The first is that I want to be excited about what I'm working on. Like, I don't know. I want to wake up and try my best to be pumped about what I'm about to work on that day. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes I'm like very frustrated at what I'm working on, or something's not working, or I'm not sure what the right next step is. But my goal is like to wake up more often than not excited about like, cool, what am I getting into? So that's one thing. And the other thing is I feel like there's just so much to learn. Like, there's so much that I still want to learn, and everything is changing so fast that by me doing a number of different things, I feel like I'm learning more. Does all that come at a cost? Of course. It probably comes at a cost of like money. Like, if money was the number one goal of mine, which it's not my number one goal. Number one goal is to like live an adventure and like lean into this cool stuff. If my number one goal was money, then like, of course, this would be like a detriment. But I feel good. I feel good about the mix that I have. Yeah. So I'm pumped about 2026. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to, and I'll see you guys out there. All right. See ya.